Alright, this is your short and sweet penny tutorial about sorting pennies. This is my workspace, just in the garage. My wife is kind enough to let me use my side of the garage for my pennies. These are buckets that I've bought to store all my pennies in. This is a 3.5 year process that I'm just getting back into pretty heavy. The boxes on the left here are all full of copper pennies. That's before I started putting them in buckets. The boxes here on the right, the nice square ones that have tape on them, are the ones that I get from the bank. And in the left side, this is a brand new bucket. This is for the zinc pennies, and the bucket on the right side is for the copper pennies. So this is a Rydell machine. It's sold by Rydell out of Kalamazoo, Michigan, I believe. And when you turn it on, this hopper here will spin all the pennies. They come into the slot here, and then this machine, kind of like a vending machine, has a magnetic reader, and if it is metal zinc, it drops it straight into the bucket here, and if it's copper, it spits it out over here. So the boxes that I get from the bank each have $25 in pennies. They come in these cute little rolls here, and if you bend them just right, the end of them will start spitting out pennies, and you can almost do this with one hand pretty quickly. I put all the trash in that bucket, and then I just dump them in here. So, of course, I'm not going to run the machine too long, but while I'm doing this, I can drop the pennies in the bucket here. I've got another bucket here ready, and I can pretty well keep up with the machine. And then basically this is what happens. So I'm going to turn it on. You'll see the pennies start spinning, and some pennies go in one side, and some pennies go in the other. When the machine was designed, he put this spring on here so that you could fill this up full with pennies, and he makes an additional hopper that brings it up about this much higher. But I've found that just using like this, it does about $180 worth of pennies every hour. So I can go through in just a couple hours every weekend, I can do a whole lot of pennies. So just one more time so you can see it. And that's that. It'll do, about $3 every minute. $3 to $4 every minute go through that machine. And then I just take these. Basically, I've filled these two up halfway. These two are ready to go back to the bank. I will dump these in the coin machine at the bank. They spit out a ticket. I can carry this around pretty easily with two hands. I can stack them. And if I've got my hand truck, I can stack 3 or 4 of those, roll them inside the bank, put them in a van or my truck, and take them out. All these are bags that go through that machine at the bank. You see the Coinstar machines and the bank machines. Basically, that's what these do. I've got about $1,500 to $1,600 just right there. And of course, these 8 boxes here, 25 per box, so that's 200. Plus all that over there is about $1,900 worth of pennies. This red bucket is full of copper pennies, anything 1982 or older. Basically, this is my cool bucket. There's an extra spinner for the machine. But basically, in here, every time I find a wheat penny, see if it'll focus. Yep, there they are. Wheat cents, like 1942 and older. I pull those out. Sometimes I'll find these Canadian pennies. You'll have to take my word for it, it's Canadian. And then just earlier today, sometimes, very rarely, I'll find these old Indian head pennies. This one's from 1891, and it's got the old seal on the back of it. 1 cent, there it is, 1 cent. 1891. It's got an Indian head. So this Indian head's worth about 10 cents for each one of those I find. These Canadian pennies obviously are all copper. And then these wheat heads from the 1940s. These are worth about 5 cents. So every time I find those, I pull them out. Otherwise, this entire bucket is just full of anything older than 1982. 1982 is when they started making the new zinc pennies. So this red bucket is full, this white bucket is full, and of course, all these here. So all total, I've got about $2,000 worth of copper pennies. Anyway, I'm excited to talk to you later. That was just a quick overview of my pennies. Hope you like it. Talk to you later.